All right, everybody, we are back with knife duels. We went from axe duels, now we're in knife duels.
All right, guys. Now we're going back-to-back duel matches, and so here we have an interesting contrast between what I would say more of a David and Goliath kind of a story. You know, we have the proverbial, quote-unquote unofficial defending knife duels champions, Tommy Antonello and Sebastian Arnold versus Madball and Kingston Michelle. I mean, who are relatively new to throwing together in this stage.
Yeah, they threw in one season in league this past year.
Yes, and they threw so well that they got their bid.
So.
And this is what I was talking about with the knife duels, right? There's going to be a lot of collisions. There will most certainly be drops. You're going to hear a lot of clanging of the knives because they're going to try to play as aggressively as possible to get that tight grouping because they're each throwing three knives right now from the 15-foot line.
That's right. So let's go a little bit on the game plan, how different it is from hatchets to knives. So basically what we're seeing is we're having teams throw knives in 2 rotations from a 15-foot line to hit that bullseye. And so essentially we're going to have 6 knives on the board. Hopefully without collisions and catastrophes. And so that's, and then after 3 throws, we're going to go up to the front for 2. So this is only a 5-throw game, just like in Hatchet.
And 3 of the throws are already done. That's how fast it is.
And those 3 throws from the back, those are 2 rotations. So those knives are spinning twice going to that front board. And then they're going to switch over here, and they're going to go to that 10-foot line for a single rotation directly in. So we're going to see a lot more accurate pinpoint.
And only 2 throws.
Right, and it's only 2 throws.
Only 2 throws.
For a total of 4 knives, hopefully.
So now we are already halfway through this first match.
Game, yeah. So now we only have 2 more throws, and now all the throwers are going to move up to the front 1 rotation line, which is a 10-foot line.
Yes, 10 feet.
So 4 points is actually quite a bit for knives here. Those kill shots are definitely a little bit more difficult. It's way easier to over-rotate those knives. You'll notice that they're all throwing Blackhawks, so they have a lot of coverage that are going to go into that target. They're going to have a few inches here to kind of rotate that through. Yeah, you can see the
width of that blade on the tip there. That's what he's talking about.
All right. So now, so it looks like we have
a lot of talking and game planning just now.
All right. So now, again, a 4-point game, 2 more throws from each thrower.
Super confident from those guys throwing first. They do have the advantage. They don't have to throw first because they are up.
He did look upset.
Maybe it's just because they both hit the same side, not leaving his partner enough room. Yeah, they're going to have to swing out. Now they're talking about it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of room on that bullseye. It's only the size of a bottle cap, and you're trying to throw 4 knives into that 1.5 wide bullseye. It's not easy. And they're doing some math right now because those first 2 knives aren't scored. So they're trying to guess what the knives hit and being like, oh, well, tentatively, we're now up by 4 versus the other team. Oh, we might be down 5. We should probably both go for the kill shot. That's what they're talking about right now.
You can see that it looks like they're debating whether they're going to go for the center or not.
Oh, wow.
Went for a kill.
And
I didn't even know he called it. Did you see it?
I didn't
hear it, but...
Yeah, I didn't... But maybe he thought the game was out of reach. Or maybe
maybe he called kill because they decided to not go for it.
Oh, okay. So, but it looked like it was a hit kill shot, at least from here.
Yeah, and I like to call his knives the butter knives, the way they're profiled. It's not just one very distinct pointy tip. It's a very rounded edge. It's hard to tell where the tip is.
6-5 miss.
It is a miss.
It is a miss.
With those butter knives, as I like to call them. It's very hard to tell.
Right. So
the underdogs here, Kinzen's Meatballs, they are going to take game 1.
They are going to take game 1.
So we are one game away from seeing a brand new team, taking on the championship.
Yeah, both of them have never been in a broadcast before and never made it to finals.
Yeah, so put in the chat if you're cheering for David or you're cheering for Goliath.
Yeah, we would love to know who you guys are rooting for this Knife Duels final. This is it. There were 2 Knife Duels brackets. They each won the respective brackets, and now they're duking it out for first and second.
And one thing to note, if you guys watch that practice, though, you'll see on the right-hand side there by Matt, his actual knife over-rotated.
Leave it to Tommy to have some shenanigans there and almost stab someone.
So if you notice, the point of that blade has to be actually embedded in the board. So, yeah, they might have had a great warm-up throw right there, but Matt actually over-rotated, and that would have been a 0 scoring. So that's one thing you also have to watch out for on these knives.
Just because the knife is in the board doesn't mean it's a scoreable knife.
That's right. All right, so again, each thrower is going to throw 3 knives from the 15-foot line.
Same thing again,
and
blocking
2 rotation.
out Matt. They're going to have to swing out again.
And so now they have to make the decisions on where they're going to put their next ones.
And that's why you see them whispering to each other.
So it looks like Matt and Kingston are going to swing out to the right to give themselves some more room on the right side of the board.
And that's one actually big difference from this and Hatchet duels is there is a lot of planning.
That's that
that's
catastrophic collision we were talking about. That knife is not scoreable.
That is not a scored knife.
Crazy.
But you can take a look at the profiling. As you can see, there's some edge work done on that knife. That is a very, very cool looking shot.
Wow, and they
look
did
at
not play
Tommy.
it safe despite that catastrophic collision. They weren't like, okay, let's just do a safe 4. They both still went for that bullseye.
Yeah,
wow,
so
mad props to them.
And that's what I was just saying is there's a lot of teamwork that you have to communicate with your partner a lot, especially, you know, by throwing those big giant profiled knives, you have to maybe play a safe 4, safety 4. Another
that
drop
knife
from
was
Matt.
that knife was already the 0.
I think that was the knife that was already hanging on the ledge
it
of
just
the
fell
other
down.
knives.
Okay.
So they do have 5 out of 6 of their knives in the board. Yes, it's just that
Honestly,
same one.
And now I'll show you exactly the type of skill that these guys have. Like,
Yes.
he knocked off the one knife that was in their way and still got that knife in there.
I was
Exactly.
actually
Talk
about
about
to-
accuracy.
I was about to say that. I was like, how distracting is it to have that knife just there in the
way.
Yeah, just like blocking your throw.
And how badly hooked is it on there that if your knife hits it, isn't that now going to affect your knife that you're actively throwing?
So it's only a 4-point game going into that front line. You
Despite
saw
everything.
Yeah, you saw how close that last match was. Sebastian almost hit that kill shot
wasn't
just
it a
a little.
4-point game in the last
It
game as
was,
well?
yeah. So
It
it's just the
was.
tables have
Exactly the
turned
same.
here,
28.
and we're gonna see some.
So I'm wondering
throwers.
if Sebastian and Tommy are going to go for another kill shot from the front again. All right.
for the other way.
Yes, it's now Sebastian Arnold and Tommy Antonello that have the lead this time.
Oh, okay. So then Matt and Kingston had it in the last game. Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
they did.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That makes more sense.
So it looks like a 4 there from Tommy. That might have been a safe move to kind of keep that from that middle bullseye.
Right.
You didn't want to get a drop there because then you're just giving those 4
And to
extra points
save
back.
room for Sebastian or Tommy to go for the bullseye in case one of them needs to go kill shot, leaving that bullseye wide open for your partner.
So do we see both kill shots here to see if they can just take it for the grand, or you think they're going to play it safe and go 1 up, 1
right.
down?
I would go 1 up, 1 down. If it was me.
See, this is game 2. You already take game 1 as the statistician, right? Like, I think I'm
They're
going to
still
go up
talking
for
about it.
both because it's going to guarantee you at least that 3rd game. So they do have a next game after this if they do lose. So in my mind, I say both go for it, send it, go for the win, try to secure that championship.
I mean,
or both throwers get practice for that kill shot because it looks like they're going to need it in this next match.
True.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
they
a really
may
good
just
point.
go for the kill shot without calling it just to get that practice.
For sure.
So
and still get a 1 or a 2 point score.
That tip out came into play, like you said, Sam, because Matt's did tip out again.
Yep, they practiced the kill without calling it.
Yep. All right.
Like I said, it's going to come down to that. They're going to need it.
It looks like Tommy and Sebastian are going to take game 2, and we're going to go to
Another game
another
3.
third, final
Another
game 3
one.
to crown
I love
our
it.
new. And this is actually our very first knife
Oh, they
duels
did call their
world
kills.
champions.
6-0 miss.
Wow.
All right, and we actually haven't given a little bit of love. This is EJ on the right.
Yes, we have a new head judge
We have a
on,
new
on the
judge on
court
the right.
here.
So great work by our judge EJ making the calls.
Antoniello and Arnold win game 2.
And this is going to be that final round here, right? We have a game 3. We're going to have a
This is
champion
it.
right
We're
after
5
this
throws
match.
away.
So now I'm wondering, how are these guys feeling to set up to finish off, this final world championship for knife duels?
In my opinion, duels, regardless of knife or hatchet, they're the most stressful discipline. It's not just the pressure on you now. It's you're trying to be good enough for your partner and doing what you're supposed to be doing so that your partner can also do what they're supposed to be
Throws
doing.
1, 2,
And it's so much
3.
pressure.
Good
Each
luck.
throw, you then have to stop and strategize for the next throw and be like,
Right.
oh, well, we just did that, so now we have to do this and we have to move over. And when you move over, you're now further away from the
Ooh,
bullseye.
looks like we got
and
a
that affects your throw.
And that's going to be a tough throw because if
5.
you look at Sebastian's knife on the right-hand side, he is covering that bullseye. So
Yes,
they're going to
the
have
way
to
their
snake
knives
around
rotated,
through that.
they blocked the bullseye. They didn't even hit it. It just that one knife on top is under rotated, blocking out.
Looks like a low 3
Yeah,
there.
they tried to
We
come
got-
in
we
from
have
the
symmetrical
side.
force. Yep, around the side.
Didn't
Honestly, though, I
quite
think
make
they
it
hit
across
the line on just straight up and down and side to side, which
Yes.
is crazy.
Yes.
Oh, I think we might have. Was that a bullseye from?
It's hard to tell. It's a big puddle of knives there on
Yeah.
the board. Wow.
Wow! They put
Tommy,
two.
I think, at it.
I think there's 2 more inside the inner circle.
Oh, Oh my goodness!
Got saved by that ricochet.
They are still
stuck
lucky
in
that
the
knife
board.
stayed in the board for
Look at
points.
that tip.
4 points, it looks like.
We can see the tip there in the board, so that looks like it's a scoreable knife.
Oh,
And
that was very
I have a feeling we're
fortunate
gonna be really close
for
with
them.
that.
Hey, you got another pun. All right, for those of you playing at home for the Axe Pun game, drinking game, take another drink.
All right, our judge, Leslie Wellman, having to take a really close look here.
All right. Here comes Leslie Wellman with the call.
4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3.
Wow.
5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Okay.
That's going to be
that's going to be a lot of
It's a
significant
4-point
swing.
lead there
All
for
right.
Canada Shan
Again?
Normal Talk.
Again,
So
4-point lead
another
again.
4 points.
You know,
4
they're
points
consistent.
again
At least-
in
we'll
the
give them that.
favor of Sebastian Arnold and
Sebastian
Tommy
and
Antonello.
Antonello.
And Arnold
That's our team
lead
highlighted
by
in red there.
4, 26
All right.
And they
to
are
22.
from
Throws
the
East Coast?
Northeast,
Yeah, East Coast.
Yep.
Connecticut,
And Brooklyn.
And Brooklyn, New York. That's right. He represents Jersey Axe House in New Jersey, but he's from New York. He likes to remind you of that.
That's
Just
right.
a fun special note about Tommy there. So during COVID, he actually got a new kitchen. He completely renovated his kitchen out, and he is still to this
Kill
day
shots
never
called
used his
for Ball and
oven. He
Michelle.
doesn't cook.
Well, he does his cooking on the DJ platform. He's a professional DJ.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I love all of the throwers' actual careers.
Ooh, it looks like we got one hit
For
kill
a lot
shot.
of them, throwing is a side hobby. It's not their job. It's not their career. They
All
don't
right.
own an axe throwing venue. Tommy's a DJ.
Yeah.
All right, so if Tommy and Sebastian can get them in the board,
Oh my
and
goodness!
it looks like we have our brand new knife world duels champion,
The very first.
very
The
first.
very first world knife
and it looks
duels
like they're going to
champion.
defend their unofficial title from the Pro-Am.
Yes.
Never know. We don't know if those tips are all in, right?
Yeah,
Those
that's
could
true.
be
Yeah,
zeros.
we got to wait for the calls.
Yes.
5,
Doubt it, but
4, hit, miss.
4, 4, 5, 5.
with
And
those
that's-
calls,
that's
enough.
we
There
have
it
a
is.
champion.
Yes.
Our
They needed that
new
double hit kill.
World Knife duels champion Sebastian Arnold and Tommy Antonello. Are we going to see the split? Are we going to see the split?
Yes, Sebastian Arnold. He's trained in martial arts and he can do a split. And he said if he won, he would
Oh, he's
bust
taking
out
stuff out of
the
his pocket.
split.
We're gonna see
He's taking
one.
things out of his pockets.
He's taking
making
it. Oh,
room.
here it comes.
Here it
Here it
comes.
comes. Here it comes. All right, here it comes.
The moment we've all been waiting
This is
for.
what we've all been waiting for.
It's
This
not
is what we wanted.
Sebastian.
Oh,
Here
here
it
we go.
goes. Here it
Here it
goes.
goes.
Yeah.
Well, at least he had sweatpants on today and not the jean shorts because, ow.
Yes.
You guys are about to be in such a big treat. These guys are huge personalities,
All right,
so if you're not paying attention, pay attention now.
I think
Yeah.
Sebastian Arnold just broke YouTube. He just broke YouTube.
You're
for
going to love
first,
the two of these
first
guys.
Split
Dr.
to
Dan
get-
and I are going to step out so that we can get them in the hot seat for the interview here.
Am I leaving?
I just again want to give one last huge props to Meatball there and Kinzen.
I'll go, and you say, you and me will go. Yeah, we're gonna get the new
Tommy,
world
you're this
champions
one. Okay.
in here
Yes.
in just a moment, so we can get them an interview. Speaking of the Devils, we got
All right,
one over
they
here,
are. All right.
and we got one more. I'll do a little scoot.
And I'll switch
All
eyes
right.
for you. All right. So congratulations to our brand new Nice Duels World Champions. We have Sebastian Arnold, and eventually Tommy Antonello will be showing up. And so guys, welcome to the broadcast booth. Congratulations, the first ever knife duels champions. How are we feeling?
Did you expect anything different? Did you expect anything different?
We love Tommy's humility. That's why we love him.
But no, it feels pretty great. Kinson and Matt are
Yeah.
awesome competitors. They did a great job.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Practicing was amazing. Yeah.
We gave
Yeah.
them a lot of crap, but
Yep. So, Sam?
So Sebastian, as a new dad, you get to have this now recorded in history of being the first world championship. How does that feel? How do you feel like in the future for your family, being able to come back to this time and see it?
It's going to sound cheesy.
No,
but
be cheesy, man. We had this conversation
he's
earlier.
gonna start crying now.
it's going to sound a little cheesy, but I really was thinking about my son.
For sure.
Thinking about my wife and my parents, everybody watching. And I'm glad to have been able to win the first world championship
Yeah.
for knife duels here. And I love you, Everett.
That's awesome. Oh. Well, we were talking earlier that you were kind of defending your unofficial, knife.
That's right.
Knife duels championship, because it wasn't that long ago that you guys were on this stage where you won the Pro-Am. You guys won the first ever knife duels championship. Tommy, what does that mean to you?
We're just going to keep going and keep winning every time. Now we got to defend it again. It's great. It's nice. It's good.
So you guys were down on the first game. Did you guys look at each other? Did you say anything to each other? What was your mindset going into that second game?
It's kind of cute that we get to go to game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't think it was going to go that long,
Okay.
I had an appointment for, I think I'm going to be late now because of that third game.
Yeah, everybody drops. It happens. You just got to reset.
Right.
Get back in.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah. Well, guys, it was an incredible performance. At no time did I think that you guys weren't putting it exactly where you wanted to put it, and so you made it look easy.
Now with that automatic bid for next year's Worlds, I don't doubt that we're not going to see you guys again on this stage.
Right.
I think you guys are going to be incredible and right back here
we'll have another conversation.
next year. Yeah, we'll talk to you next year.
Do you guys want to say anything special to anyone? I know you, Claudia, you already said something. Tommy, do you want to say anything? Anybody special?
I like it.
Great. It's great. Good job. Up top.
All right, congratulations.
Great job, guys.
Somebody special right here.
There we go. All right, guys. Congratulations. You're brand new World Knife Duels champions, Tommy Antonello and Sebastian Arnold.
Congratulations,
you said my name right.
So it looks like already right up here we have Lucas Johnson and Coleman Bates getting ready for the knife championship portion of this. I am so excited for this. I'm kind of partial to knives. I am a good knife thrower, I'll think. Not good enough to be with these guys up here, but I am so excited to see the way they throw. Again, just like knife duels, you see them taking the warm-up throws right now from that 2-spin line. They're going to start from that 10-foot, and they're going to move back here, but I think this is where most people have their challenges. On the left, Lucas Johnson looks like he's throwing Blackhawks, and then we have the the Harpies?
Coleman's our throwing. Side. And he's, interesting fact, Coleman is the only thrower who's actually going to be switching his knives. So like we mentioned before with the knife duels, they throw the 2 rotations from the 15-foot line, and then they're going to move up to the 1 rotation at the 10-foot line. Now, Coleman will be switching knives. He's also throwing Blackhawks from the front, and then as you can see in the graphic, the Harpies from the 15-foot line.
Yes, it's kind of similar with Hatchet, where they change. You see a lot of the throwers are switching their Hatchet in order to be successful from the 2 distances. But he's the only knife thrower that is using different knives in order to adapt to the distances.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's been doing it for some time, and it was interesting to see. I wasn't sure when the Harpy first came out if people would really pick up on that, because it does have that little hook on the end and really helps with making sure it stays in the boards. And he took that and rolled with it. So.
With the Blackhawks, he has to get that hook tip in, right? Unless won't be a scoreable surface. So he has to rotate it perfectly to get it buried into that board.
Yes.
All right. And again, we have that, like we talked about before, between a repeat and legacy. We have Lucas Johnson, your defending world knife champion. And
that's a big one.
That was a drop by Coleman from the front. And so maybe a little bit of nerves from Coleman. This is not his first time on the stage here.
Oh, what?
I want to mention something really quick. Dr. Dan and I talked about this earlier. Since I'm a knife thrower, you have what's called a sympathetic drop. I see it in every single level, every single thrower. Coleman has a catastrophic drop on that, on his throw on that first 3, and then Lucas knocking it out. It's like
Lucas
it's
only
not
has
intentional.
1 knife in the board.
It's crazy. Catastrophic, sympathetic drop is what I call it.
But it's not intentional. It's just like a subconscious thing that happens.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
Exactly.
And so, again, what's different between what we just saw with the knife duels is that in knives, it's going to be a 10-throw game. So basically, we're going to do 2 more throws from the front, and then we're going to back up and do 5 throws from the back. So it's a total of 10 throws.
Yes, it's just like Hatchet, standard knives, 10 throws, the opportunity to go for 2 kill shots. Now, but in knives, the kill shot is worth 8. regardless of hitting the tiny blue dot or the ring around it. However,
Correct.
low kills. The
Now-
low blue dots do not exist.
Now, for those of you at home, if you're wondering why they're not throwing at all the dots, is because those don't come into play. It's really the center bullseye and the outer rings that are scoreable.
Yes.
So if you notice the dots and wondering why they're not throwing at all the dots, it's because the red dot in the middle
Fakes with
is
the knife change.
worth the most amount of points, which is the bullseye.
Yes, the outer, we call them the baby bulls. The outer bullseyes are not a scoring area in knives. They're only going for the center because the whole challenge and task with knives is to stack them on top of each other on that 1.5 inch bullseye.
That's right. And
if you had 5 bullseyes, knives would be easy.
Now to give
Incredible grouping,
to
6-6
give
there.
the watchers at home a little context, the ring around the red dot is 3.5 inches. I think Coleman just put 3 inside a 1.5 inch bullseye from 15 feet.
Not giving any lax there for Lucas to gain any points back.
Lucas is lucky that one knife stayed in the board.
6, 5.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
4,
Still,
5,
but
6.
incredible, though, to be able to group your 3 knives inside of the 5 ring, whether they're 5s or bullseyes.
So
it's awesome.
that 5 ring is 3.5 inches in diameter. So they're trying to put 3 different knives inside of a ring that's 3.5 inches.
And it's even smaller when you're standing 15 feet away versus 10 feet away.
So
And
kill
having
shot
to-
called there by Lucas.
Adding a rotation.
Oh,
It's
Lucas.
an 11-point game. He's got to hit both of these and hope that maybe Coleman either drops that knife down or has a little flub there.
You can never bank on your opponent throwing unsuccessfully because at this level, at this caliber, in the finals, this is it. These are our top 2 throwers playing for first and second. You can't count on Coleman making a mistake.
All right, Coleman put it on the board.
So going up again here
And
for
Lucas
Lucas,
is
but
going
it's
up
not going to
again.
matter.
It will be out
looks
of
like
reach.
the game is out of reach,
Oh,
and
he's
then
down.
so it looks like Coleman's gonna take game 1, a best of 3.
Yes. We're going to go into game 2 with Coleman having 1 win under his belt
4,
against the
5.
current knife reigning
Miss
champion,
fault.
Lucas Johnson.
That's right.
Coleman wins game 1.
Fault.
I don't know what the fault. It didn't have any outcome with the game, but there was a fault somewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Always something to check out on
One warm-up
on YouTube
before
afterwards.
game 2.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
20-point game there. I don't think that we're going to see that big of a difference right here. I think Lucas is about to lock it in.
Yeah,
Yep.
look at that.
That's
Good
huge.
throws. You look at that one for fun, perfectly
Yes, their
straight
warm-up
down that
throw
center.
before we go back and we do 10 more throws.
All right. Now we're going into game 2, and we're going into throws 1, 2, and 3. Again, we're going to be throwing it from the front at the 10-foot marker, 1 rotation, and again, Coleman does
Throws
switch
1,
his
2,
knives.
and 3.
Yes, and something
Good
you
luck.
want to consider as well, this is Lucas's 4th time being on the stage today.
Yeah.
He's got to be exhausted.
That's
He's
true.
trying to win a world title in 4 disciplines. This is the 4th one.
Yes.
And he's already won 2 out of the 3 that he's appeared
There you
for.
are. Yep.
It's a lot of celebratory chicken tenders.
A lot of chicken tenders. Ooh,
Wow.
There
Coleman
it is.
coming in
I
5,
think,
6, 6 there.
I think that's what Coleman. Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
wow. Now, see, this is what you expect to see
Now they're
on
dialed.
the
Now
world
they're
final
dialed in.
stage.
Now we start seeing. And again,
This is what is typical for knives. What you saw in that first game is not typical,
6, 6, 5.
especially not for Lucas.
4, 5, 6.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
all right.
Be a 2-point game.
2-point
still
game.
in reach.
Yeah, 2-point game.
Yes.
And as we saw in the first game,
Bates
anything
lead
can happen
by
with
2.
knives.
Yes, and we're going to throw
17
2
to
more knives
15.
from the front line, the
Throws
10-foot
4 and
line
5
here.
from the
Single
front.
rotation. Only 2 knives instead of 3. Wow.
Looks like a 5 from Coleman.
2 very different throws
Oh,
here.
another
Watch
5.
their backswings here. Coleman's is so small and fast, and then Lucas has this big slow.
Yeah, you
2
can
very
notice that
different
his
throws.
hatchet and his big axe throws and his knife throws look very similar.
Yeah, the more similar you can cross-discipline, align your
6,
throws, the better thrower you
5, 6.
become. As soon as my favorite is big axe, and as soon as I adapted my hatchet throw to match my big axe throw, I got significantly better in both disciplines. It definitely
right.
helps with that muscle memory.
So
right.
Coleman
Leads
hangs
by
on to that
2.
2-point lead, going to that 2-spin knife now. If he throws the way he did on that back, I don't know if he's going to give up any points here. I mean, that's 6, 6, 6.
Yeah,
Throws
he
six,
was
7,
just
and 8.
dotting,
Yeah.
dotting those harpies inside that red
Those
dot.
harpies are just kind of like little darts, just
Yep.
slinging straight into it.
So we've backed up. We're 15 feet away now. The knife is required to do 2
Ooh,
rotations.
low.
A 4 as well, so Coleman still with a 2-point lead.
No change in score gap here. Another 4.
Coleman, I can't see what Lucas threw. Looks maybe
like
a 5.
A 5 and a 4.
So 1 point back.
You can feel the tension in the air right now.
I know, it's so quiet in here.
A 6 and a 5.
There it is. All right.
I
so
think
Coleman's
we might be tied up, guys, on 9 and 10.
Right.
So yeah, that's true. It looks like Lucas put 2 of them in there, or Coleman might be down by 1.
4, 5, 6. 4, 4, 5.
So yep. I think Lucas is up by 1. Oh, they're tied.
41-41, going to 9 and 10.
So,
wow.
So I wonder if we're going to see kill shots or not.
It is a tie game with 2 knives to
I
throw.
don't know. With Lucas being down a game,
you can see
he's
Coleman's
the one
thinking
looking
about
at
it.
Coleman. Lucas is initiating, and Lucas is the one that hasn't won a game yet.
Yeah. So, all right.
He said, "Let's throw 9 and let's see what happens for 10." Oh no,
Kill shots called?
they're tapping.
No, they might be,
Kill
they
shots
might be
called
going for
both.
it.
EJ confirmed. They are going for kills.
Yeah,
I mean, if it were me, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's scary enough already, you know.
Well, I mean, but the fact that it's tied, though, I think it does make it take the pressure, a little bit of the pressure off.
See,
Yeah.
they agreed. That's what
Okay.
I thought. They agreed.
Oh.
Let's
They
just
did say
throw 9.
9.
Let's see what happens, and then
Okay.
we'll go up on 10.
Smart,
Yep.
honestly.
So Coleman with the 6.
Be undeniable. Drill your bullseye, and then we'll throw kills
Lucas
on
with
throw
the
10.
5. So Coleman has a 1-point lead going to this last
And they're both
There we
going
go.
kill
There
shots.
we go. Kill shots are called.
Only the upper kill shots are available in
Coleman
knives.
is 1 knife away from being a champion. He hits this, it's over.
We're going up east.
If Coleman can hit this, all right. Remember, we are live on television, everybody. We are live TV, so boxes can fall sometimes.
Lucas taking a big deep breath. It's that, that hit to win situation we've been talking about.
Ooh, that's pretty far off.
Wide to the left.
Wide,
for
yeah,
sure.
wide.
It's that crossbody thing that we were talking about, that nerves plays a role, and you lose your muscle memory and you just swing across your body.
Oh, close.
Closer.
Closer.
But this isn't a game of horseshoes.
Or hand grenades.
Oh, yeah,
Thankfully.
definitely not.
5, miss. 6, miss.
All right, there we go. And we have our new world champion, Coleman Bates.
That's amazing, and he took it in 2. He didn't even have to go to a 3rd game. He was just
This is
undeniably
our
good.
first Coleman Bates, the new knife world champion.
First ever world title under his belt, too. This isn't someone who's won multiple championships over and over again and is expected to win. This is someone that is new to the stage, new to the finals, and he did it.
Coleman,
Representing the state of Ohio.
Coming in from Ohio. And so, as you can see, Coleman giving the hugs to
Family
his
and friends.
sponsor venue, which is Throw Nation. Those are the owners of Throw Nation, where he throws out of. And so we're gonna get Coleman here. Wow, what? I'm kind of shocked that it's our first non-3-game match.
I'm looking at Coleman right now, and he doesn't look surprised at all.
To have that level of confidence.
Well, I mean, when we were reading his broadcast profile, he said that there is no one here today that wants a world championship title more than Coleman does. And it is very clear on his face that what he wrote, he means it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, let's give some credit to Lucas.
Yes.
Because obviously
Absolutely.
this was his fourth match of this finals.
Yes, we were talking about that. Like, to be so good that you're on the stage for 4 to the 5 disciplines. This was your 4th one out of there, and he won 2 out of the 3. So he won half of what he made to the world stage for.
All right,
Very emotional, Coleman.
All right, so we're going to bring in the new champ.
He's wanted this for so long, guys. Like, this is something he's been working incredibly hard for. So we're going to get him here in the hot seat, and we're going to talk to him a little bit more, get a little bit of the insight here of how he's feeling, what his thoughts are for this.
All right, so
there's a lot of emotions going on right now, and so we're going to get a little bit more insight from Coleman here in the hot seat. Oh, these guys are best buds. I love it.
I love you, buddy.
A pair of little Ohioan buddies here.
Oh, my God. So,
welcome to the hot seat, Coleman Bates, our new world knife throwing champion. How does it feel? Start there. How are you feeling? What's in your mind right now? Be honest. It's okay if it's nothing.
Nothing. Really nothing. Just wow.
Well, I want Dr. Dan to ask you some important questions.
I'm going to say the words out loud one more time.
Yes.
Coleman Bates, world knife throwing
it
champion.
gives me chills, dude. Congratulations, man. We saw on your broadcast profile that you filled out that you are the only person here that wants it the most. There is no one here that wants a world title more than you. And when we saw you walk off that stage, I could see on your face that you were like, yep, it was going to be me.
Yes, ma'am.
You were 100% telling the truth. No one wanted it more. You finally got it. Your eyes are red. You did it. Dude, you did it.
Finally.
Congratulations.
Finally.
I know you've been working really hard. How long have you been throwing knives for? Let everybody at home know.
Since, I believe, midway through 22.
Yeah, so
Midway
a
through
long
22.
time coming, and you have won multiple tournaments.
Yep.
So
Right.
you're not new to being successful at knives. You're just new to the stage. What was it like being on the stage for Worlds?
Crazy. So I did the Pro-Am in 23, and that didn't really go how I wanted it to. That was kind of a thing on my mind for a long time. Sorry. That was on my mind for a really long time, and I was not happy with how that turned out, and I wanted better.
Yeah, so then you made it to the world stage instead, a harder stage to be on, and you won.
Yes, ma'am.
You did it, dude.
And you won it in
doesn't
two.
feel
You won
real.
it in 2 games.
In
Yes,
2 games.
we did not go to 3 games.
It's our first match on the broadcast that didn't go to 3 games.
No sudden death, undeniably the world champion.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We're going to get you out of here. Enjoy that win. Soak it in. You deserved it, man.
Thank you so much.
Nice work, dude. Looks like we're getting ready for our pit crew challenge here. Our pit crew are our volunteers who are changing boards all weekend long, keeping the boards soaked down so that they last longer, doing everything to make sure our boards are in shape, in good quality, bullseyes aren't torn up. And so we're doing a board change challenge. 2 pit crew pairs facing off to do a full board change all the way across.
All right. So let's look at our competitors. It looks like we have Scott, Pit Boss Miller.
Here we go, and we're off. So when we're changing the boards here, the screws are either really high up and really high low. There's 4 screws in each board. So then you have to times 4 by all the targets. There's 5 boards, times that by 4. Quick math. 20 screws that they have to take care of.
At least
So
3.
they're alternating height here with this strategy. So Scott's going for the upper screws, Melody's going for the lower screws there, so they can work over each other. Scott's really tall, Melody's pretty short. They're able to change on top of each other.
And so, yeah, that's true.
Using the height difference.
And that's one way to take them all out. There you go.
I would never change a board like that. That's how I would get a concussion because I am short. So props to them.
There we go. All right. Again, remember, we are live on. This is live YouTube, so we can't make this up. You know, so boards are flying. These guys are working hard as heck.
Team left side is pretty close.
I was gonna say, I think every axe coach at one point or another has gotten a little bonk on the head.
Yes.
So.
That's true.
I had a board fall on my head, so this could never, this couldn't be me. So we've got a really close neck and neck here. It's about who's going to get the screws in faster. That's what it's coming down to here. Melody and
looks like
Scott.
we're getting so close. We're getting down to that last board.
Here. The boards are up, but the screws are in. You have to get all 4 screws in on each board using their impact drivers.
There they go.
Try to get more speed.
All right, it's coming down to the last 4 screws.
Here we go.
And so, there we go.
They did it.
There we go.
Team right side.
Melody and Scott, your board changing champion, pit crew champions. There we go.
Melody's pulling out a challenge coin.
The challenge coin.
The challenge is down.
All right. All right, the challenge coins have been dropped. Boards are all over the place.
There are challenge coins in accent.
Pandemonium.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That was a bold strategy, Cotton. What do you think?
Yeah, right? Dropping all 3 at the same time, just going for the screws first.
You only earn a challenge coin if you throw in a perfect game.
That's right.
Well,
so
I
not
think
only
this
are they
is
great volunteers that take care of our target boards, but they're also throwers.
Yep.
Right, that's true.
I think this is Scott's 2nd time winning.
That is
Scott,
true.
Second or third?
I don't think Scott has ever won. I think he's lost on, I think he's lost on technicalities every event. A screw not being in all the way, a board not being pushed flush. And then
Look at that.
team right. Oh, wow, Scott Miller.
Scott has just picked up 1, 2, 3, 4.
Third time's a charm.
He's been racing for this win for years.
Scott has 4 cottonwood boards on his shoulder.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I just want to let you know that each one
of full target.
Yeah. Each one of those boards probably weighs what, 5?
To
maybe
give you
10,
some perspective,
5, 10
the average
pounds?
person carries 2 boards.
That's true. I can only carry 2 boards.
That's average, and he's got 5.
5.
Wow. Oh, he's got to hold it for the picture. Oh, wow. That's awesome. And Melody, also an incredible thrower, a great volunteer. Melody threw duels with me, and the only time she wasn't on pit crew was when we were throwing duels. She was constantly changing boards.
These guys deserve a lot of credit. They worked so hard this whole weekend.
Coming in early, leaving late, every day.
The first one's in the building and the last one's to leave.
So I want to say something real quick. If you guys are wondering who is this dapper gentleman there in the green jacket, you know, that is Austin Shepard. You know, he is the founder and of Access for Heroes.
Yeah, Hatchets for Heroes.
Or Hatchets for Heroes.
Yes.
Hatchet for Heroes. And so he is, his organization is about getting veterans, getting more veterans and throwing axes.
Yes. So they do a lot of fundraisers and merch sales in order to take care of our veterans, our first responders. And every tournament that Hatchets for Heroes is present at, they recognize a hero of the weekend.
That's right. Right. And so earlier today, they gave an award to Steve Bridges, a veteran and 15-year veteran of the law enforcement. And they recognize him for his efforts and for Hatchets for Heroes.
Yeah, but we'll talk a little bit more about that right
Definitely.
after this break, and then we'll get back into the championship.
Finals.
I'm Mario Zelaya, the founder of the World Axe Throwing League, where safety is our top priority. That's why we've worked closely over the years with AxeThrowingInsurance.com. At venues like Bad Axe Throwing, we have fencing that protects both the spectators and the throwers from ricochets. The golden rule of safety for axe throwing is simple. Throw together, retrieve together. This rule ensures that nobody is in the lane when axes are being thrown. One of the keys to safety is using WATL axes. WATL axes are specifically made and designed for throwing, unlike standard hatchets from your local hardware store. One of the factors that has contributed to our growth has been AxeThrowingInsurance.com. They have helped hundreds of venues remain safe and insured, including facilities similar to this one. Thanks to the safety and the rules created by the World Axe Throwing League, the industry has remained free from any insurance claims related to throwing. For more information on the World Axe Throwing League, starting a venue, getting insurance, or the axes we use, please visit worldaxethrowingleague.com.
The pros don't throw any ordinary axes. They throw axes designed specifically for axe throwing. The World Axe Throwing League has detailed specifications for axes, which include a maximum blade length, a maximum overall weight, and a designated handle length range. Throwing axes are not meant for splitting, so the blades are very thin. This allows throwers to focus on precision, not power. In addition to having a thin blade profile, the axes must also be razor sharp, strong enough to be a utility or camping axe. Most throwers have straight handles on their axes. This means they can easily release the axe, allowing the throw to be replicated and perfected. All WATL axes have a unique design and advantage. Axes with a curved blade like the Ace of Spades and the Bad Axe make it easier for throwers to stick the axe to the board with its curved edge while still having 4 inches of coverage. These axes are perfect for throwers who are starting out or don't have a strong throw and prefer a lighter axe. Axes like the Corporal are heavy hitters. It has a unique fishhook design and added weight on the back of the axe head. That weight provides extra power to ensure the Corporal does not drop when it hits the board. The Butcher is WATL's most popular and unique axe. It has a full 4 inches of coverage from blade to handle. Its square box-like design also makes the axe easy to land even on tough boards. As you can see, the axes used by the pros are unique to the sport. For more information, you can visit worldaxethrowingleague.com.
Looking for an exciting way to hang out with friends? Try something different. Try axe throwing. Whether you're celebrating, competing, or just having fun, axe throwing is the perfect way to let loose. There are axe throwing venues all around the world, and we'll help you connect to your local axe throwing community. You'll be guided by friendly coaches who will have you hitting bullseyes in no time. With no experience required, it's easy to get started. Visit worldaxethrowingleague.com/throw and get in on the action.
I'm Mario Zelaya, the founder of the World Axe Throwing League, where safety is our top priority. That's why we've worked closely over the years with AxeThrowingInsurance.com. At venues like Bad Axe Throwing, we have fencing that protects both the spectators and the throwers from ricochets. The golden rule of safety for axe throwing is simple. Throw together, retrieve together. This rule ensures that nobody is in the lane when axes are being thrown. One of the keys to safety is using WATL axes. WATL axes are specifically made and designed for throwing, unlike standard hatchets from your local hardware store. One of the factors that has contributed to our growth has been AxeThrowingInsurance.com. They have helped hundreds of venues remain safe and insured, including facilities similar to this one. Thanks to the safety and the rules created by the World Axe Throwing League, the industry has remained free from any insurance claims related to throwing. For more information on the World Axe Throwing League, starting a venue, getting insurance, or the axes we use, please visit worldaxethrowingleague.com.
The pros don't throw any ordinary axes. They throw axes designed specifically for axe throwing. The World Axe Throwing League has detailed specifications for axes, which include a maximum blade length, a maximum overall weight, and a designated handle length range. Throwing axes are not meant for splitting, so the blades are very thin. This allows throwers to focus on precision, not power. In addition to having a thin blade profile, the axes must also be razor sharp, strong enough to be a utility or camping axe. Most throwers have straight handles on their axes. This means they can easily release the axe, allowing the throw to be replicated and perfected. All WATL axes have a unique design and advantage. Axes with a curved blade like the Ace of Spades and the Bad Axe make it easier for throwers to stick the axe to the board with its curved edge while still having 4 inches of coverage. These axes are perfect for throwers who are starting out or don't have a strong throw and prefer a lighter axe. Axes like the Corporal are heavy hitters. It has a unique fishhook design and added weight on the back of the axe head. That weight provides extra power to ensure the Corporal does not drop when it hits the board. The Butcher is WATL's most popular and unique axe. It has a full 4 inches of coverage from blade to handle. Its square box-like design also makes the axe easy to land even on tough boards. As you can see, the axes used by the pros are unique to the sport. For more information, you can visit worldaxethrowingleague.com.
I am an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
I am an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
We are axe throwers.
I'm an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
I'm an axe thrower.
You
can be an axe thrower too.
All right, everybody. All right, I think we are back with the standard axe throwing championship. So
this is definitely going to be the most. Oh.
All righty. Nope. All righty, we are back with the World Axe and Knife Throwing Championship, and this is standard axe. This is the axe throwing championship to be.
That's right. So now we're getting ready to see two great competitors have won their semifinals match to get into the finals. We have Dylan Tietz, former Hatchet World Championship from 2022.
Yep.
And then we have Nick Kolomaya going for his first World Championship in this Hatchet match.
Yeah, and also it's Canada versus the USA at the moment. So we're gonna see who reigns supreme.
Yeah.
It's been Americans for so long, so hopefully maybe our brothers and sisters in the North will take home a trophy.
Let's see if they can bring it across the border for sure.
Nick was the only Canadian in the finalist group. In fact, of the 12 finalists, he was the only Canadian here, but I wanted to say interesting fact of to get to this point, we started this championship with 450 throwers competing here on the world stage, and now we're down to 2.
So we were doing the math, and we found out they had a .22 chance of getting where they're at.
Yeah.
So
.22. These guys made that chance.
All right.
Years of practice.
So for those of you at home, again, this is the Hatchet game. We're going to do a 10-throw game. All the dots on the board, once they're hit, they close out. So you're going to see the throwers move around the boards and throw at the different bullseyes. And it looks like we're tied going into throw 2.
Throw number 2.
I think Dylan might have actually touched both the top and the bottom one there.
All right. So they're moving around the boards now. Just to give the listeners at home some context, that center red dot is 1.5 inches diameter, and then the little smaller red dots are nickel-size bullseyes surrounded by a 2-inch diameter circle. The scoring...
I think Dylan's calling a second on his axe there. I don't think he got a 6.
He's calling a second on himself.
Correction, 5.
Yeah.
And I love that in this sport. I think this is the only sport.
Great sportsmanship. Yeah. Great sportsmanship by Dylan.
This is probably the only sport where you'll see an athlete or a competitor actually take points away from them. Mm-hmm. That way they keep that nice and fair.
Yep.
And again, they're going to be throwing the hatchets that they're throwing. They're 4-inch blade hatchets. They weigh somewhere between 2 to 3 pounds. And so they're not the heaviest hatchets that they'll be throwing to hit these nickel-size bullseyes.
So tied going into throw number 4.
Right now with 16 points. Throw number 4.
I think I can say it right now because it's not in the middle of this game, but Dylan has not thrown a perfect 2024 game yet, so hopefully we might be able to see one of those here. I know Nick Kolomaya did. He was like 1 of 3, I think, of that whole entire year that hit one. And he did it in a tournament, I believe, against Sheep Toast.
Tied at 22. Throw 5. Last throw on this side.
I'm betting he's hoping that he doesn't have to do that again.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're tied going into throw 5. And again, these are 12-foot hatchet throws.
6.
Still tied. And now what we're going to do is we're going to back up to a 15-foot line throwing at the same dots. They switch sides, and now Dylan is going to be switching his axis to his single rotation hatchet, where Nick is going to keep throwing the same one, but he's going to turn it around and face it backwards.
Nick is so fun to watch. He's just all smiles. I mean, this is the most amount of pressure that he's been in on this stage this week, right? It's not new to him, but he's just always smiling and goofing around. And
wow, it looks like
he's
great
shot.
Yeah.
Did you see his little spring into action? Kind of propel it a little bit more.
It's funny if you contrast the two throwers between Dylan, who's a little bit more static, more statuesque, and then you can see all the body movement for Nick, but yet they're both equally as accurate.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like we got a 4.
34-32 here.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, looks like Nick's got a 2-point lead going into the 7.
Honestly, I think the backwards throw is working for him real well.
6.
You know,
all right.
Not too many people are comfortable with doing it yet, but you know,
right.
Nick was on the ball.
And I think there's something to say that you're just holding the same axe in your hand for all 10 throws. I think that gives him a level of comfort that not everybody can do.
Looks like a 3 there for Dylan.
Looks like a 3 for Dylan. And he looks like Nick splits the bullseye.
He capitalizes on that throw, gaining 3 more points.
All right, so three more points for Nick. And look, he's taking a commanding lead.
45, 41, 2 throws left.
All right, throw 9.
Called a kill shot.
All right, so Dylan is going up. Now, when we look at the board, you can see that the kill shots that he's calling for are the blue dots that are on the top and the bottom. So he can choose which ones he wants to throw at. It looks like he split a bottom kill shot. And it looks like Nick...
Sticking with the bullseye.
Yeah, it looks like...
5, hit, 8.
All right. So that is a 3-point swing. And now Nick is only up by 1 going into the last throw. And I think we're going to see some more kill shots.
Kill shots are called.
All right, so the kill shots... Again, to remind the viewers, the kill shots have 2 circles around them. They have a nickel-sized blue dot and an outer 1.5-inch diameter, and they're 2 different scoring ranges. So the nickel size is an 8, and the outer is a 6. Looks like a miss from Dylan, and it looks like a 6 from Nick. Yep, it looks like Nick got the 6.
Hit, 6, miss.
Okay, so Nick takes game 1. All right, Nick is 1 game away from a World Hatchet Championship.
1 practice throw.
Showing us how they do it up north.
All right, now the throwers are going to take their practice throw. And again, you know, Dylan, no stranger to this moment. You know, he is the 2022 defending Hatchet World Championship. So he has won this award before.
On this very floor.
On this very stage, that is true. Oh, look at that sportsmanship. Look at that Nick getting a Nick hug.
One thing that's also really cool to mention, I think, is the live edge axe throwing was started by Nick and his wife Kendra as a community venue. You know, they were basically just a community of throwers who wanted a place to throw, who wanted a place to, you know, be able to do something, but they didn't have a venue nearby.
Yeah.
So they just, you know, they reached out to WATL and we hooked them up and made sure that they would be able to do a real official league, and they've been killing it.
That's nice. Ooh, that might be the first 3 from Nick. So a little bit of a, you know, hopefully not a little bit of the nerves. I'm sure Nick will settle back in on his next throw.
Leads by 2
like
points.
I said earlier, Nick is guaranteed a 3rd game, right? He's taking that first match, so he's able to kind of take a little bit of a seat back with a little bit less pressure. Dylan has everything to lose on all these throws.
Oh, and first 3 from Dylan. But interesting you mentioned, Evan, about venues because Swamp Axe, Dylan Teet's home venue, he helped start.
Yep.
And I think he's part owner of that venue. So so it's interesting we have venue owners also battling it out for their own venues.
All of which started as regular throwers and regular leagues.
That's right.
Oh, we got the Canadian and American flag emojis in chat now.
All right, yeah, put it in the chat for those watching on YouTube. You know, who are you pulling for? Wow, another 3.
And just to talk about the rules here, it's just touch. All he has to do is touch that pin line. He doesn't got to cut it anymore.
That's true.
But it does a little bit of space between it. Take that 3. So it's a 2-point game going into throw number 4.
Yeah, it's gotten deathly quiet here now. Now, from we were rocking and rolling earlier to just now, just pin drops.
Oh yeah.
6, 6.
Yeah, there we go.
The iconic 6-6 from Ben
again.
The
iconic 6-6 by Ben McDonald.
Throw 5, last throw on this side, 1917.
Yeah, all throwers
has the lead.
All throwers dream to get the 6-6 call from Nick or from Ben. Looks like maybe another pair of bullseyes.
5, 5.
Oh, two fives.
Pair of fives.
Oh, wow.
You can see that angle just a little bit above it.
All right.
Switch sides, 24-22. Teats still has the lead.
All right, now we're going into throw 6. They switch sides. And
Throw
now we're
6.
going back to the 15-foot throw. Again, Nick with the 1.5 rotation throw. Dylan with a single rotation. It looks like Dylan with a bullseye. And Nick, hard to tell.
6-3.
Okay. 3-point swing the other way.
So that should be a 5-point lead for Dylan Teets
Teets
going
is
into
now
this
up by
next
5
throw. It
points.
is, yeah,
Throw
5-point lead.
7.
All right. Looks like we got, looks like a pair, looks like a bullseye. And a bullseye looks like Dylan.
6, 5.
Oh, okay. So Dylan takes another point lead. So now it's going to be 5 points?
It's a 6-point game.
6 points?
Yep.
3 throws left. Teats leads by 6 points.
Okay.
Definitely going to get some kill shots here from Kalamaya.
Yeah.
But not yet.
Oh, looks like another bullseye from Dylan. And looks like a 5 from Nick.
6, 5.
All right.
It's getting
So
close.
now it looks like this match is getting a little bit out of hand, but you know, with the little bullseyes and nickel-sized bullseyes, and you know, we could have a 3-8 swing. It could be a 5-point swing in just one
Kalamaya
throw.
is solid on those kill shots though this morning, so we'll see.
And that's
Just
a
the
miss.
side. That may have locked it in.
Yeah, I think this match might be out of reach.
But you never know.
5, miss.
All right.
Game is out of reach.
Now the game is out of reach. And so now we're going to move into a third game. So now we're going to get this 10th and final throw
Your
of the
final
game.
throw. The score is 47-35.
Kill shots are
Both
called.
players
Okay.
call kill
Hey,
shots.
take the practice if you can get it.
I know.
Yeah, exactly,
absolutely.
right? Good time to just get an extra practice throw in.
Kind of reset and settle. There it is.
Wow.
Look at that. Look
Did
at
you see
that.
how it crossed from left to right for that one, too?
Yeah.
Hit, 6, miss.
It's interesting. That handle, yeah, I thought he had hit it.
Yeah, I did too.
Yep. All right, now we're going into a third and final game to crown our new Hatchet World Champion. And so, I mean, we can't make this up. We can't wait for a more dramatic ending to have a third game to crown our new Hatchet World Champion.
Mm-hmm. This is it. These last 10 throws.
Yep. They're gonna take one more practice throw. Looks like they're both taking it from the back, from the 15-foot line. And then now we're gonna do it. All right, look at that. Look at our competitors pumping up the crowd for this final match to crown our champion. Looks like we started off with a pair of bullseyes. Ooh, that might be a 5. Might be a 5 from Dylan.
5, 5.
Oh, pair of 5s.
Oh, wow,
all right,
okay.
we're still tied. You know what I've been noticing is that usually anytime these competitors have thrown a 5, they usually fire right back with a bullseye. So I'm very much expecting 2 6s on this next throw.
Ooh.
Oh, well, we got one. Another 5 from Dylan.
5, 6.
Okay.
Oh, Nick pulls ahead.
Yeah, Nick takes a 1-point lead going into throw 3.
Kalamaya leads by 1 point.
I love the sportsmanship from the crowd because it seems like anytime they throw and they walk and come back, there's a little bit of noise. And so the crowd being very considerate. Oh, maybe some more 5s.
Yeah. Might be a 4 for Nick.
3.
Oh, it's a 3. Wow, 2-point swing.
Nick gives him 1 point back, so 1 point lead for Dylan.
So just like
Teats
that.
now leads by 1 point.
Just
Throw
like that.
number 4.
Dylan went going down by 1 to up by 1.
Looks like a 6-5.
6, 5.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so another point for Dylan. So now it looks like he's going to take a 2-point lead going into throw
Throw number
5.
5. Last throw on this side. 21-19. Teats has the lead.
Throw 5. What do you think, chat?
All right. There we go. We got a little fist pump from Dylan, and it looks like maybe another 5 from Nick.
He's going to get another point here.
5.
He does.
All right. I've seen that look before in Dylan's eyes, and I think he's starting to get more comfortable. His confidence is raising. I know if Nick doesn't start hitting some bullseyes soon, this match could get out of hand. He's capable of doing it. I'm not.
Throw 6.
It's the internal battle of trying to stay relaxed and stay cool and stay in your head, but also trying to just push out the idea that, oh, this is it.
Yeah. Okay, we got
pair
of
of
5s.
Yeah, not too bad.
5, 5.
All right.
So still a 3-point game on the next throw here.
Teats is still up by 3 points.
Got
Throw
4
7.
left.
All right. Looks like we have a 6 from Dylan. And can't tell with Nick.
5, 6.
Okay. So Dylan adds to his lead, which now is 4.
With 3 throws left, the score is 38-34. Teats leads by 4 points.
All right. So again, the score could switch. You know, with those little 2-inch circle dots, they're hard to hit.
Ooh,
all right.
Solid bullseye.
Solid bullseye. 2 solid bullseyes.
I think you might be right. I think Teats is locked in, but
6, 6.
There it is. All right. So now we're going into throw 9. Nick down by 4. We're definitely going to see a kill shot called.
Oh yeah.
If Nick misses this kill, it's going to push it out of reach.
Yes. This is a make it or break it time for Nick Kolomaya. So Nick, the stage is yours to hit this kill shot. Looks like he's still in the match. It looks like he hit a 6. And Dylan
with a 5, so he gets a point back.
So he got a point back. So now, if it stays a 3-point game.
Hit 6, 5.
Okay, 3-point game. Now, Dylan has a very interesting call to make because I believe his center bullseye might still be available. And he's up by 3.
This is a tough position to be in for Dylan. It's a 3-point game. If Kolomaya hits an 8, Dylan has to throw a 5 to tie or a 6 to win.
Okay, so now.
Which he's been pretty consistent about, so I think we can at least expect a tie. Oh, no, that'll close it out.
That'll do it. And now, congratulations to Dylan. 2-time Dylan Teats, 2-time Hatchet World Champion, Dylan Teats. Congratulations. 2-time, and there's the lovely Chrissy Teats, who was just with us in the broadcast booth, and so had to be out there to cheer on her husband. And so
another previous world champion, Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith, our 2020 World Hatchet Champion. And so congratulations to Dylan Teats.
And that's Dylan's dad. This is the first tournament he's ever been to, by the way.
Wow.
And he just saw his son become the world champion.
And then there's Garrett Knighting, last year's world Hatchet champion, and also Dylan Teats' Hatchet duels partner.
Yep.
And so now here comes the crowd. Dylan getting all the love. again, I guess Dylan must love Wisconsin and Appleton.
You know, there might be something to the cheese curds here.
Yeah, that's where he feels in his element to win Hatchet World Championships.
Yeah, for sure.
And so Dylan getting the hugs, well earned. Wow, what great throwing! I mean, we went to a third game. I mean, we couldn't have asked for anything better. And so to end our Hatchet World Championship. And so I know we're going to get Dylan over here for an interview. So he's making his way through the crowds. But obviously, a lot of hugs to give. But fellas, wow, what a world championship! How are we feeling?
It's incredible. Dylan has been on completely, just throwing amazing all day, staying cool and calm. It's really awesome seeing him in this spot right now again. Dylan, microphone's in front of you. Congratulations on now your second world championship.
Thanks so much, Sam. Appreciate it.
All right. I'm going to say it out loud one time. Dylan Teets, 2-time Hatchet World Champion.
And the hard year.
Yep, and the hard year.
The asterisk year, maybe. Yeah.
How does it feel winning the very last match?
I'm going to own this for a while. I'm very excited to take this title today.
Yeah. I mean, you earned it, man. Over 400 competitors here. Sam, the stats man, did the math. You had a 2.2% chance.
No, 0.2.
I'm sorry.
0.2%. 0.2% chance to win the Hatchet World
in my
Championship.
mind, it was 100%. So.
There you go. That's the confidence that wins the title.
Spoken like a true world championship. I made a comment at the turn on that third game that I seen that look before. And that's exactly what I seen. And so when I saw that you were getting dialed in at the turn, I was a little concerned for Nick, because if he didn't match you because you had the lead, you know, it could get out of hand.
I had a really good second half game too.
Yeah.
Huge confident booster when you're hitting small bulls from 15.
Right.
Like that feeling really propels you forward.
Right.
And
And so
you won the very, very last game of the 2024 WATL rules. So RIP 2024
Rest
rules.
in peace. I will dearly miss it. Hopefully it comes back soon.
Right. Well, we were making a comment that there must be something about the Appleton water, or what is it about this stage here in Appleton for you to win your Hatchet Championships?
What was it? The cheese curds?
It was all cheese curds. Yeah. It's just Wisconsin. No, I think not being in an ice rink, freezing my butt off. It was pretty warm in here. I'm a Florida boy, so nice heat here helps a lot, you know. I like it here.
Let's keep the muscles loose. Yeah.
Keep it loose.
All right.
Does this win feel any different from the last one?
It does feel, it's not as surreal, right? I'm not like covering my body.
Right.
It's like, I owned it because I knew what it was going to take. You know, before it was like I surprised myself.
Right.
You know, now I knew what I needed to do, and I actually did it, and it just feels good. Just accomplishment.
Yeah, because coming off that Hatchet win 2 years ago, you know, you were the man to beat, and then you know, heavy is the crown for the champion to wear. Now,
that is true.
Again, how do you think it's going to feel being now 2-time Hatchet champion?
I'll probably stop here. I'm good. I'll be okay. Give me back in Big X.
But there you go.
So Dylan, any special shout outs or anyone you want to say before we let you go?
No, thank you for all my supporters. Big shout out to owners of Swamp Axe for letting me do everything that I do and being here. Big shout out to my wife. She's the biggest supporter, and I love her so much. And thank you guys for hosting it every year.
We love her too, because she was holding down the fort here on the broadcast booth.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
All right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations again. Dylan Teets, your 2-time Hatchet World Champion.
All right.
All right, YouTube. Well, thank you, YouTube, for all the love you've been giving us here in the chat and sticking around for the stream. It's been an incredible World Championship.
Absolutely. And we are going to be giving away all of the awards, all of the trophies right now. So stick around. It's just going to take just a moment. I think we're just finalizing the last little bit. And yep, we are ready for awards. So here we go.
All right, here comes for the trophy presentation.
Yeah, trophy presentations, and then we'll see some really awesome. Oh, well, of course.
Oh, so now we're going to have the former champions handing off the award to the current champion.
Yep.
And so we have Dylan Teets, our former Big Axe World Championship handed to Lucas Johnson, our current World Big Axe Champion.
Beautiful Big Axe handle work and head work there.
Oh, there we go. Let's give a little bit of a shout out to Dave Yashimoto, who made these beautiful trophies.
Phenomenal artist.
Yeah, he is a phenomenal artist. As you can tell, the intricacies in this design, Jave is a true talent. He really is, and a master of his craft. All right, congratulations, Lucas Johnson. All right, so now we're going to bring now the Flow Bros, who were the defending World Hatchet Champions, are going to promote it to Divine Johnson, the current Hatchet Duels World Champion. So we have the former handing it off to the current.
It's a very rare thing when you actually have to beat the previous champion for the title.
Right.
And it's so
look
cool.
at that, baby. Are they getting recruited?
They're not
are they getting recruited?
They're not just passing the torch, they're passing the scarves, and they're passing the hats.
And if you're playing the guess whose hair it was, you can see that
they're passing the hair.
Does not have the hair.
And so congratulations to our new Hatchet World Championships.
Amazing.
Divine Johnson, they're going to be throwing those beautifully crafted duels axes by Jave Yashimoto.
Just for how beautiful those things are, it always freaks me out when people throw them.
I'm wondering if they're actually going to try to throw it in the same bullseye.
Someone yelled Robin Hood from the crowd.
Robin Hood, oh my gosh.
No.
Oh, good. They went for kill shots. They went for kill shots. Good. Good. Those were beautiful axes. We'd hate for them to collide.
Yeah.
And so, again, congratulations, Divine Johnson. All right.
The very first Knife Duels champions.
The very first Knife Duel champions. Since there isn't a previous Knife Duels championship, so maybe Tommy and Sebastian will just hand it to themselves.
Yep. Yeah. I spoke to Jave earlier, and he takes great pride in the amazing work that he's done. And so normally it would have fallen on me as the commissioner to give it, but I was like, no, this is your art. You deserve to do this.
That is so wonderful. I'm so glad you got that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Jave gets it's just the best.
So yeah, if you didn't, he was in there quite quickly. You might have missed it if you blinked, but that was actually Jave Yashimoto handing off the knives to our current Knife Duel champions. And so it looks like we're gonna get a celebratory toss.
I will say that the knives are not sharpened at all. They are not going to stick, but that's not going to stop people from throwing them.
All right, so Sebastian and Tommy up to shenanigans again. Yeah.
I think
you called it. You called it, Evan.
I think it's the tradition now at this point that whenever anyone throws a knife trophy, it drops because we've not had one go in yet.
Yeah, and so, all right. All right, so now...
And Coleman Bates gets to pull the knife from the stone.
That's right. The Excalibur, as you will.
Yep.
And so now, former Knife World Championship, Lucas Johnson, handed to Coleman Bates to unsheath the trophy. And there he is, Coleman Bates.
Years of work, and man, he's earned it.
As accurate as he is, I think he's going to stick it.
You think he's going to stick it?
I think he's going to do it.
Coleman has a very light and delicate throw.
I was about to say, if someone's going to stick that, they're going to have to throw it like a baseball.
So here he goes. There it is. We got the Coleman Bates flip.
Go.
And so here he goes. He throws it from the front. And so let's see if he can stick it.
I thought wrong.
He hit the bullseye. He hit the bullseye, so we got to give him credit.
There you go. That's true.
And so look at that gorgeous trophy for your knife champion. Well deserved and well earned. Coleman Bates.
There you go.
Fun fact, Coleman Bates was my very first axe coach.
Really?
Yeah. The very first, venue that he worked at was the very first venue that I threw at. So he was my very first axe coach.
Wow.
He was.
We have Garrett knighting the previous World Hatchet champion to deliver the championship axe to the new two-time
Hatchet World Champion.
Yeah, Hatchet World Champion, Dylan Teets.
And Hatchet dual partners right there.
Yeah,
true. Hatchet, the statement.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Oh, he wanted to know what the length of the handle was before he sent it.
Oh boy.
Oh,
that is a brave move to do a 1.5 with a championship trophy axe.
I know.
There we go. Look at that. I think Dylan was more excited for sticking that axe than actually winning the world championship.
Exactly.
I think he was.
Oh man, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, there we go. Dylan Tietz, your 2-time Hatchet World Championship.
All right.
So congratulations to all our championships.
Absolutely.
What an amazing tournament.
Yep.
Great job to all the organizers, to you, Evan, the commissioner of WKTL.
Well, thank you.
Sarah said, commissioner of the WATL. And so without your hard work, none of this would have been possible.
Yeah, well, it's not for the paycheck, that's for sure. But there we go. But I mean, it's for these guys. It's for you. It's for them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've been doing this for 8 years, and every year, seeing new faces come into the sport, and being as passionate, and seeing the friends that are made at these tournaments, it's so rewarding to see. You know, people get passionate about all sorts of stuff. You know, sometimes passions can run hot.
Of course.
And whatnot, and that's super fun.
I mean, I don't think if the passion wasn't there, it's because they care so much.
Exactly. And honestly, being a part of something that's built that it just as well as anybody who's in this community is just, amazing.
Very good. All right. So now, so we're gonna lose Evan, and Evan's gonna take his.
I suppose
he's gonna take his place and then start handing out some community awards. Nope. All right. So now we're gonna be handing out some community awards right now, and so we're gonna be giving out to different venues. And right now it's gonna be the largest attended venue of Axe Throwers, and representing Timberbeast is Taylor Flynn. Oh, I mean Tyler Flynn. Sorry, I'm sorry, Tyler Flynn. I'm sorry. That was a slip. All right, so we have the largest attended league for a venue, Grizzly Axis. And so congratulations to Grizzly Axis for
They had 19 throwers in season 2.
The largest league attendance.
And that's in Canada, right? Victoria, British Columbia. Yeah.
Grizzly Axis in Florida.
Oh, I am reading.
Yeah, I know. All right, and so now we're having an award for Kevin McNair. This award is going to be Community Ambassador. So congratulations for Kevin McNair, your 2024-2025 Community Ambassador. He survived Pro-Am skills, so that's that's something to say, because I was under the impression that skills could still be going on. And so we're gonna. All right, so our next award. All right, so now we're gonna give our next award to our youth community ambassador and potentially future world champion, Hagen Gooden.
I think he took 4th in his bracket, right?
He took 4th in his bracket, tied for top 15, 16 overall. And so Hagen, I believe, is 16 years old. And so he's definitely a thrower to look out for in the future, because he is so good. So congratulations, Hagen, for not only your community work, but for your stellar throwing. All right, and congratulations to River Bend Axe Throwing for the largest attended tournament this year. We have owner Dan Brown-Nielsen and his lovely family of Erica Brown-Nielsen, his wife, Anna on the left, little Emma on the right. So congratulations to River Bend for the most attended, highly attended tournament in 2024.
And they were both competitors as well, right?
Oh, yes. They are competitors, and very, very good competitors. And so
So
right.
this is the one that I was
Here
reading
is
earlier.
Axe to Grind with their community award. So it looks like Axe to Grind is going to win the largest league attendance growth. And so
WKTL.
For WKTL. So a lot of new knife throwers coming out of our neighbors to the north in Canada. And so the next award is going to be given out. Mike Arita, your WKTL ambassador. So congratulations, Mike Arita. He is a local thrower out of here in Wisconsin. Mike Arita, your community award for WKTL. Congratulations, Mike. And looks like we're giving our next award to... Well, Hagen just racking up all the youth awards for WKTL. He's our youth ambassador as well. I think the most surprised person in the building might be Hagen. And so Hagen is your youth ambassador for WKTL. Congratulations again for Hagen. All right. So we're seeing what's going to be the next award for All right, so now we're going to the Makers Awards. So the Makers, so this is going to be recognized craftsmanship of Hatchet design. And so this is a picture of Josh Eggert, Hatchet's designs. It looks like, oh my God, look at the intricate design that he could do. I mean, that looks like stained glass. It looks like something I would see in a church. So that is so beautiful. All right, way to go, David Klein. Was that also another axe? I didn't hear the award.
Big axe.
For Big Axe. And so David Klein, congratulations. DMV is also a maker, designer of the best Big Axe.
Look at the beautiful artwork on this handle.
And so let's take a look at David's work. And wow, look at the intricacies of all the colors and the curvature. And so congratulations
in that picture,
to David.
You got to remember that handle is 27 inches long at least, right? So
wow.
that
that must have been so much work to create all those different designs. And now we're all right. So now this is our best sheath award, giving it out to our winner. It is going to be
Ty Ledesma.
Ty Ledesma, thank you.
And he actually did a raffle to give that away. So anybody that visited his booth, he was raffling that sheath off for completely free.
Wow. Well, congratulations, Ty. Ty for his sheath work. And now we're going to go to the next award. All right, so this is going to be... All right, Jave. Look at that. Jave Yashimoto. Craftsman Award. There is our trophy designer, and so this is the very talented Jave Yashimoto, and so congratulations for his laser work for his axes. All right, so now the next community award that's going to be given out is going to be Jack of all blades. Oh, Jack of all blades. So essentially, this is going to be an overall award between all the disciplines for throwers who throw axes and knives. And so congratulations to Shane, the bronze winner of the Jack of all blades. Oh, did we lose the stream? All right. So not sure if we're still streaming, but we'll still keep talking and
From
see.
Ironside.
Yeah, congratulations to Shane Funk for your bronze winner community award as the Jack of all blades. And Dylan Teets, no surprise there. your Hatchet world champion, our silver medalist for Jack of all blades, and apparently a nice knows how to strike a pose when he takes a picture. And now our gold champion winner, Jack of all blades. Probably no surprise to no one. It is the Lucas Johnson, 4-time qualifier of finals, 2-time winner today in Big Axe and Hatchet duels. So here we go for Lucas Johnson, our Jack of all blades, gold champion. So it looks like Lucas is going to give this trophy a little bit of a toss.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That might be the only drop that Lucas has ever had in his entire career.
Hey!
There it is. So we just had to throw it underhand. So we just had to throw the award underhand, and it would stick easily in the board. Big round of applause to the champions of the awards, and big round of applause to the people on YouTube. Thank you guys for sticking around on the stream. And without the streamers, we had no one to broadcast to. So thank you guys for sticking around and watching. We appreciate all the comments. I'm going to give a little bit of a shout out to my co-anchor here, Sam the Stat Man, for bringing in the hot stats, the great takes, and obviously this broadcast couldn't have been done without you and all your input.
And I'm going to give a big shout out to Mr. Dan himself for talking through this whole entire thing and kind of leading this broadcast. Evan, he's just now getting back. Thank you for the opportunity for letting me join the stream. I had a great time. And Chrissy's not sitting here, but Chrissy as well. I think we all had a great time.
Thanks to all you guys. You guys did an amazing job. Can't wait to have you back.
Thank you.
And,
thank you.
That's an open invitation. I heard it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so put in the chat if you want me, Sam, and Chrissy back for next year's broadcast, because I know I would love to do it.
And if you don't, I don't want to see that. So
there you go. So if you don't, just don't say
anything.
But don't forget to like and share. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us for as long as you have. Ran a little early, which is really nice. But hopefully next year we'll get some more competition in the broadcast so we can go a little longer and feature more folks. But thank you all so much.
Right.
I think we're about to wrap up here.
All right, we're about to wrap up?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much. I'm going to quick a little shout out to my friends Lona and Brody. Thank you so much for streaming. And good luck for next year. Next year, where are we going to be next year for World Championship?
TBD.
TBD.
But look forward to a little something being announced soon for August. So
okay. All right.
We're working pretty hard on that, and it's going to be something bigger than we've ever done, so I'm excited.
Okay, perfect. But we'll be back here in 2 years. We'll be back here.
We will be back here in 2 years. Yeah, they've
years.
been great, and they love having us, thankfully. I don't know who convinced them of that, but we love being here. So we will definitely be back here in Appleton in 2 years.
Great.
But next year is TBD. So.
All right, perfect. All right. Well, I'm Dr. Dan Ceballos. Thank you so much. I'll be signing off.
Yep. Evan Walters and Sam Arias and Chrissy Teets earlier. But thank you all so much for watching, and we hope that you throw well for the rest of the year and see you at the next championship.
Yep, we'll see you too. Join a local league.
Join a local league.
Meet some great people.
Absolutely.